Hi, welcome back to Becoming an Adult. Question 1. What was your first job? I think we covered this already. My first job was working in a mailroom at a company that did, I don't know, putting things on things, labels on things, I guess, on clothing. Um, Stuffing envelopes with catalogs to go out to customers and clients, stuffing other types of things into envelopes, making mail runs. It wasn't a great job. It wasn't challenging at all. It was a first job. I was 18. I was out of high school and needed a job. So my Aunt Marla got me that job. Didn't last very long. How many jobs have you had during your life? List a few jobs and some of your favorites. Wow. I've had handful of jobs. There was the first job, and then there was a warehouse job that lasted for a long time. Another warehouse job, then back to the first warehouse job, so that's 4. What did I do after that? I think after that I went to go work for a credit card company in their collections department. That sucked. That was calling people on, past due credit cards and things like that. Not one of my favorites. Let's see. After that, I think I had a couple odd jobs, couple temp jobs. Worked as like a front office, I guess, secretary place in Oakland one time, up downtown. It was in one of the high rises. That was confusing because it was a startup and nothing was organized. So that was a temp job. I left. Then after that, I think that's when I pretty much started working for Honda Finance. And, that lasted a long time. That was like 15 years. After Honda, I took a seasonal job. I think is the photography thing, doing senior portraits. I think you guys were in middle school when that was going on. Then we went to Western Tool and Supply. I've lost count how many jobs. And then finally the PT Solutions, which sucked. So, yeah, I've had a handful of jobs, probably, close to 10 jobs. My favorite one probably was Western Tool, just because of the folks that I worked with. Honda was okay. A lot of the people there were freaking children. Got a nice shot of Scar leaving. They were just, it was like high school all over again. It was kind of stupid. Scar! Scar, come! Scar! Come here. So anyways, that was the jobs. Let's see. When people ask you about your profession, you are/were in, your response is, I guess I would probably respond with I'm in accounting. Working in accounts payable and accounts receivable, which, so accounts payable is basically paying bills. Accounts receivable is getting the people that owe you bills to pay those bills. In a nutshell. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The accounts receivable is a lot different than collections, because collections in itself is just collecting on personal things, credit cards, auto loans, things like that. That I didn't really like. It was fine at the time. I got really burned out. Um, it can get really draining when you're dealing with people and their personal possessions. Um, Accounts receivable is a lot different in the sense you're dealing with company to company collections, and people don't take it personally. It's just business type thing. So exciting. But that's what I do. How did you get into your career? Just fucking fell into it. I just started doing it and did it for a long time. And that's, pretty much what it is. That's, going back to what we were discussing before about um, having motivation and direction in high school, since I don't think I had put a lot of thought into what I wanted to do after high school. That's how I kind of fell into it. It was a job that turned into a career, which can be frustrating because you're just doing shit to get by. Which, I mean, ultimately, I guess that's what everybody does in life is do things to get by. But, yeah, so, you know, lack of direction, lack of focus put me in a position where I just gotta take jobs. So, list a few of your work career related achievements that you were proudest. Next. Sorry. Have you ever wanted to own your own business? If yes, what kind of business would it be? I think that would be really cool. I don't have the gusto to go do that. That's your mom's get down. She would always come up with these ideas for businesses, and like we could start our own business or she could start her own business. And I just, one, for myself, I never thought we were financially in a spot where we could just, spend money to make money. And it's, I like the security of knowing that I'm going to be paid every week. Starting your own business is a lot of commitment. And not that I don't have commitment, but again, never found anything that I was passionate enough about to really dive in and focus and be like, I'm going to do this on my own and be my own boss. I wish that situation was different, but those are the cards that I was dealt. Could you do any profession? Oh, if you could do any profession, what would it be and why? Whew. Fuck. You would think I'd have an answer for this, but I don't know. It'd be like a sports commentator or something like that. I always have those interesting things to say during games. I could do that. Seinfeld reference, sorry. I don't know, something like that. Or be a writer, writing novels or screenplays or something like that. I think that would probably be it. If I could do anything, I would like to be a writer. And why? Because I feel like I feel positive when I get to do creative things. That's why I think I like the cooking so much, cooking and the baking, because it's like kind of an expression. So yeah, being creative. Even when I was little, before your uncle was the artist, I was the artist. He used to like to watch me draw and trace things and pictures and just kind of make things up. So, that's yeah. So I think that's why. Just, being able to be expressive and creative. What are 3 jobs you would never do? I don't know. Clean toilets for a living? Work in the sewers? Sales. Would never do sales. I'm not into that. That's not my get down. I don't think I have the stick-to-itiveness or the necessarily personality to sell somebody who doesn't want something I'm selling. Do we have any oh, fuck. Do we have any family traditions that come from your parents or grandparents? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we have family traditions? I mean, it's traditional, typical traditional things, I would think, celebrating holidays together, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Um, I don't think we have any big things that we do that are outside of the normal traditional family things. I don't know. You guys tell me if you think differently. If you think there's something I'm missing. I am missing my. There it is. Oh, have we moved on? Did I hit a new chapter? I guess I did. That was the beginning of the next chapter. I think that's chapter 5. Your family. Do we have any family traditions? Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, since we started a new one, let's cut it there. Come back tomorrow and get deeper into this next chapter. Anywho, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I don't. I hope you are. We're not the most exciting of peoples. We don't have crazy shit in our background. Or it was so traumatic that my brain has completely blocked it out. So who knows? Anyways, but I do hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm enjoying going down memory lane and sharing my history with y'all. So I love you guys, and we'll see you soon.